All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. All right, awesome. We do have a fantastic show for you today. We came ready today. We came ready. Yep. Let me see here. Hold on 1 second. There you go. Boom. There you go. All right. So the first story that we want to cover today. This is our Wealth Building Wednesday, of course. Right. This is our Wealth Building Wednesday. But let me see. I'm not sure if that's actually what we. Yes, it is. We're going to talk about this story. Herbert Wigwe, the gentleman who passed away last weekend. It's not even up to a week yet. Okay. And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to play a couple of videos. Okay. And we're going to extract some lessons from it as well. Okay. This is going to be, I also want to pay a quick tribute to him because honestly, without people like him, that country, Nigeria, I don't know where it would be. Without people like him, without people like Tony Elumelu, I don't know about Emefiele and Bode George. I don't know about those ones, but But let's talk about it. Because I know you guys saw some of that. Normally I would jump on the internet, I would do a live show or something like that. Normally I would do that, but this time around I was like, nah, not so much. Let me let it slide, because it's such a terrible sad news that I was just like, I like to catch cruise and stuff. If that's remember when Mohbad passed too, I was like, I don't know what to do with this story, man. I guess the only lesson is something that he shared as well, which is something to the effect that tomorrow, count your days. Something about counting your days. Something to that effect. You have to be very, very careful on how you spend your days, how you spread your days, how you spend your days on this earth. You have to be very, 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 very careful. All right. So as a tribute to this young man, he was 57 years old. I'm just gonna play just 1 minute of a clip of what he said, then we'll go into that Bode George story. Okay, we'll go into that Bode George story and cover it adequately. Let me play it right now, then we'll take it from there. All right, this is our Wealth Building Wednesday.
And who can be extremely innovative in today's market. But I think still so much more needs to be done. And one of the things we're doing in Access is making sure that we take a lot more people into African FinTech Foundry, support them, all right, give them some capital, insofar as there's value in the product that they're creating. So there's still so much to be done. And I'm sure over the next couple of years, you'll see a lot more, much more than you've seen in the past couple of years.
All right, so, yep. That was that really quickly. I just wanted to play a short clip of what he had to say. Because honestly, you see that I'm lost for words a little bit here, right? But that's okay. That's okay. Here's the thing. Life is short. Just that's something we should accept, Now, clearly this man, didn't seem like he was sick or anything like that. He didn't seem like, it's just a very unfortunate situation. There's a lot of people also carrying some conspiracy theory around his passing, that maybe because it's a threat to the establishment, because he's built the one of the top 5 banks in Nigeria. So a lot of people are saying that maybe they just wanted to take him out because it's a threat to to the establishment. I don't think so. I think it's just we're obsessed with looking for answers for things we don't understand, and that's actually part of our problems as black people around the world, especially Nigerians. Why do I say especially Nigerians? Because that's the people that I know for the most part. Okay, so I don't think it has anything to do with that. I don't think that's the lessons you should be getting from his passing. I think what you should be getting from his passing is, what if something happens, God forbid, right? What impact would people say that you've left here? That's really the lesson, What kind of impact would your presence? Like, would people remember about your presence? That's really all we can get out of this. Like, I know we want answers. It must mean somebody's out to get us. It could be, but I don't think that's our point of leverage, as I usually say. I think your point of leverage is to look at this and say, hey, as an individual, all of it, this is applicable to all of us. How is this event, how is this applicable to my life? Because you're not going to be Wigwe, you're not going to be Tony Elumelu, you're not going to be Kobe Bryant, who passed away in the same manner from a helicopter crash. You're going to be you, right? And there's going to be a certain number of people in your circle that actually feel your presence either as a positive or negative. They can remember you for one thing or the other. That's really where we should be looking at, So there are many people that will remember for different reasons, There's some people that when they pass away, people will spit on their grave. Did you know that? All right. So especially if they're someone with a brand of this magnitude. So anyway, there's a video floating around of Judge Bode Judge, who was also a politician. He was a military leader. Bode Judge was actually, when I was growing up, one of the military governors that came through Ondo State. Yes, I remember growing up. I remember the Mike Ahigbe. I remember Bode Judge. Bode Judge. Yeah, Bode Judge. I think actually Bode Judge children were my classmates at Aquinas College. Yes, I went to Aquinas College for 1 year in Akure. Yes, I just remember now. Jesus Christ. One of them were my classmates. The other one was older, my senior in Aquinas back then. So his children came through. Yes. I'm saying yes because I'm like, is there another governor or something? No, it was him. Bode Judge, Aigbe, Mike Aigbe. There was Otiko when I was very, very little. Anyway, let's talk about Bode Judge. Bode Judge has some things to say about the likes of Wigwe, and the rumors that were basically floating around yesterday was that this happened after the passing of Wigwe. The reality is that this video had been recorded long before yesterday. Okay, so a lot of people were saying maybe it was insensitive. That wasn't the case. This video came about before his passing, but nonetheless, I think we can still extract some lessons from that. So I'm just going to take a quick 20 seconds silence for the passing of this man, because how do you take a bank from number 69 in Nigeria, I've been number 69, number 50 plus, to top 5 in 20 years? That's something that only a handful of people can do, and that's actual real value that you can point to that somebody did. Never mind if it was a perfect human being or not. It doesn't matter who is a perfect human being. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm gonna take like a quick 20 seconds, right? And then we'll talk about what Bode Judge has to say. All right, good. So let's see what Bode Judge has to say, and then we'll talk about it.
Emefiele, Elumelu. What did he do? Where is the factory? He was a bank man, a floor bank man. Somehow got license. At the same time, we are Adeola. All of them stupendously wealthy now. Wigwe, who became MD of Access Bank, immediately with the other young man left, has now established a university. He has the temerity to be advertising that university on CNN. Wigwe University. That's personally established by him. Where is the money? Where is his factory? Access Bank. What is the practice? They release dollars to them on monthly basis. They use the dollars. If it's at 1 to 100, they will get it through the mala to say 1 to 200. You see that profit. What do they do with it? Who are the commercial people that really need it and get it? Most people get back to the mala to buy. No, you hardly will get from the bank unless you are. Is that commercial activity? So what they had done to this nation, they must all be invited for discussion.
All right. So what they have done to this nation, they must all be invited. Uncle Patrick, I've dropped the link for you. If you want to pop in and chime in on this. This man, these are some of the issues here. Okay, there are some of these issues. But before I say what I want to say, I'm going to bring Brother Patrick in to tell us what is on his mind. Hello, sir. How are you, sir?
Hey, Ola, how are you?
I'm doing great, too. How's auntie? How's family?
Happy Valentine.
Thank you, sir. Same to you, sir.
I thought you were going to bring Lola in like the way you did it last year.
No. No.
I'm putting on my
after the show, we're stepping out together to go and...
I'm putting on red now. You know, today's my wife, fortunately, my wife was...
It's your birthday. It's your wife's birthday, right?
Yes.
I saw you say that yesterday. Yes.
You know, the
Happy birthday to her.
always saying, Mommy, you have to choose one. You can't do it together.
I know. Double dose. Yeah.
We'll do it tomorrow. She's not at home right now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Mine after the show. We're doing our own after the show.
Ola,
yes, sir.
You know, the death of Wigwe really affected me over the weekend. I spoke during Auntie B's show.
Okay.
But you know, let's be objective with what Bode George said.
Yes.
I'm being objective. I'm not on the side on anybody. I know Bode George is a politician. It's an elder statesman.
Yes.
But the bankers too, they mess up our economy. I was in business 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I used to travel to Dubai. Man, this round tripping, the way they sell dollars to who they know, and money laundering.
Right.
It mess up businesses then. They give the money to their people, they sell it to the malam. But the judge is...
I can't hear you anymore. Let's make sure we can hear you. Are you there, sir? I can't hear him again. Oh, no. I really want to have this conversation. Let me see. Are you there, sir? I can't hear you. Can you guys hear him? Is it me? If you can't hear him, say 0. If you can hear him, say 1. Maybe a call came in or something like that. I'm going to wait another 10 seconds. Then I'll see what's going on. Right now, we're talking about Wigwe. We're talking about Elumelu, Emefiele, and Bode George's. He left, so he'll probably try to come back. Let me play that video again because there's a lot that is being said in that video that I don't necessarily disagree with. What I am looking at is there's half glass full, half glass empty angle I want to look at this from. That's what I want to look at. And I really want Brother Patrick to come in on this conversation. Okay, he's popped back in. Let's see. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
You know
it's a call that came in, right? A call came in.
Yes, but you know,
Okay.
like what I'm saying is that I used to do business about 25 years ago. We traveled to Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
This round tripping, I didn't even know about it. All this bank giving money to their people, selling to... This is real. It
Right.
mess up businesses and money laundering as well.
Yeah.
So, I'm not against anybody, but you know,
Right.
there's facts in what Bode George is saying.
Okay.
And that really, you know, like right now, they said Nigeria has more than $200 billion in domiciliary account.
Yeah.
which is messing up the exchange rate.
Right.
And the government cannot do anything about it because it is their people.
Yeah. There's certain policies in place that encourage that.
Yeah, these people, you know what they are doing now? People that have trillion, they are changing their money to dollars. The dollar is there. Like say Baba mess up the economy. Let's face fact. People stole Nigerian money. People are just living in penury, and people are building mansions, all those houses, buying houses abroad, siphoning the economy. Man, let's be frank. Government of Nigeria, they are the one that is destroying that economy, destroying Nigeria.
Okay, is it the government or the big guys? Because the government is Bode George. He was one of them.
But they give money to this politician. I know someone that's not even part of them during the election that gave about. I'm talking about people I know that gave about 100 million to Buhari during the election. They give money to them now. When this man when he won, he went to see what's it called? Elumelu. And Elumelu was actually the last man. They are their people now. They use them as upfront. Let's face facts.
So let's talk about it, sir. Let's talk about it, sir. You know, there are a couple of things here that's playing a role here. The number one thing is policies, right? The policies are there and they enable certain types of behavior. That doesn't mean they get to misbehave. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there are certain policies in place that encourage so much money in domiciliary accounts in the first place. You know, there's been a few conversations over the past few days of even the great SAN Falana encouraging Nigerians to, to stand up for themselves, and crude oil must be sold in naira and not in dollars. You know, there's some of those conversations going on. And it goes back to what we're saying, which is the exchange rate. The exchange rate is a function of a lot of things that has happened even before the Bode George. You know, there's a certain type of mindset that is creating the reality that Nigerians are in. So there's multiple angles to it. Bode George is talking about the problem. It's not wrong when it comes to spelling out what the problem is. Are you still with me, sir?
I'm listening.
Bode George is done a good job at spelling out what the problem is. He has not done a very good job telling us what the causes of the problems are. The only thing he's pointing finger at is that these people are evil. That's the only thing. It's very similar to the conversations we have when it comes to relationships. Most people are very capable of pointing out what the problems are, but not, it's a difficult thing to really, what we call a root cause analysis. That is a very difficult thing for people, for human beings to do, which is why they put policies in place that's why they pay people millions of dollars precisely for root cause analysis, because if we fix problems from a standpoint of problem, we create even greater problems. That's what we end up doing.
Allah, do you think those problems can easily be fixed in Nigeria?
The only person, if we compare, I wish I had time, maybe we'll still do another bigger show on this later on, so we can really spell out the
the person I'm so disappointed at is Buhari. I tell you.
Why are you disappointed at Buhari, sir?
Corrupts the money that was stolen in that man's regime. I couldn't believe it.
Wait, did you think they were not going to steal money did you actually think that they were not going to steal money in Buhari's regime?
But what was he talking about?
He was a politician, sir. He was a politician.
Corruption, but the economy is battered.
He was doing exactly what Bode George is doing right now. He was spelling out the problem. He didn't have a solution for Nigeria. He was extremely good at telling us what the problems are, and he represented a figure that was going to be the police, that will police people, that they will stop stealing. And that's not how life works, sir. certain environments, certain policies encourages certain behavior all the way from the top down to the bottom. Even to the person that ordinarily pay just one gate man per month, they have the same behavior, sir. That well, you asked me to speak facts, sir. That's what we're trying to do, sir.
Go ahead,
Right?
I'm listening.
The same behavior, you can see it all the way from Bode George to the Emefiele to the late Wigwe to a person that's just paying the only salary they are paying, the only employee they have is a gate man or even just a maid. They have the same behavior because the environment encourages a certain type of mindset, sir. And the only people that I've seen in any of this equation that's talking about anything close to the solution is actually the people that Bode George is accusing. It's literally accusing them of creating a university. You know, so I'm looking at apples to apples now, oranges to oranges. None of anybody who lives in Nigeria who is making a life, who is living in that system, who is thriving, who can eat at least one square meal in a day. None of them can claim holiness. But considering that everybody is equal in that respect, who is actually saying something that's closer to a solution? Who is talking about value? Who is talking about creating jobs for people? Who is probably the person that's creating more jobs than anybody else in any of this equation? Remember, they're not perfect. Remember, if policies allow an Emefiele or a late Wigwe to keep certain amount of dollars in domiciliary, they have to play the game, sir. They have to compete in an open marketplace with respect to certain types of policy. And it's easy for people like Bode George to come out and incite the general public because the general public actually think like that. Like these people are stealing our money. If they're stealing your money, if that's actually a truthful thing, sir, then they should be in jail. If they're not in jail, then the conversation has to be deeper than that. That's all I'm asking for.
Do you think all these big guys can go to jail in America, in Nigeria?
If the policy, they steal money here too in America, sir. This guy is going to jail here. Our senator here in New Jersey is going to jail. I forgot his name now. He's going to jail, right? They also commit atrocities too.
That's in America, not in Nigeria.
No, but my point, sir, is that there are policies in place to do that. My point is that human behavior is human behavior. I talked about this yesterday while we were talking about Shehu Kuti. Human beings will cheat, steal, and lie. When the opportunity presents itself, when the environment is conducive for it, or if it becomes a matter of a survivor. Human beings will do those things, sir. There's no way around it. That's why we create policies. Right? So when there's policies or there's a certain type of mindset that encourages certain type of behavior, then I'm forced to really put things together next to each other and measure. Is Bode George more useful for this society or a Wigwe more useful for this society? That's the question that this topic presents to me, which is why I brought it to the table. Who is giving more value in that society between a Bode George and not Emefiele, because not that one, but Tony Elumelu? They're not perfect. I'm just asking, because this is Wealth Building Wednesdays, and sometimes you won't have the wealth building. It's not about.
May be giving value, but people lower. Maybe thinking that's the only way to go. You must walk your way by one way or the other. That shouldn't be the way.
I mean, they have a saying in Nigeria, sir. They say, if it's easy like that, run am. Right? How many people can truly become a Tony Elumelu? Because you said they will encourage people to do that. No, I don't think the people that are encouraging people to do that are the people creating the policies, sir. Those are the people that are encouraging. They are the one doing more of it. You see what I'm saying? They're the one doing more of it because when they get there, they just want to pack their pockets too. Like you said, they are paying certain type of abetele, bribe. The Tony Elumelus, the Dangotes, the late Wigways, That's a fact, sir. You know, I never disputed that's a fact. That they do what they have to do for them to win in a very competitive open marketplace. They do what they have to do. I remember when was it 2015? 2015 when Jonathan, when he lost to Buhari, I was watching live on TV, right? I happened to be on my way to Nigeria actually at that time. And I was watching live on TV as he won. You could see on one channel that Dangote was celebrating and saying congratulations to Buhari. And then not too long after that, a few minutes later, it was with what's the other guy? Jonathan, right? Because that's the name of this is why they say politicians will become friends. The big guys, they end up becoming friends again. No, they are always friends, as a matter of fact. As we are talking right now, they might be arguing on television, on national TV, debating, but they are friends. You know?
Let me round up and say they should make the country better for the masses.
For the masses, to make the country better for the masses is education, the mindset, reorientation of the nation. Because they will keep voting for the wrong people for as long as that's not fixed. No, I'm not going to ask a Wigwe to have an opportunity to pack dollars and have behind the scenes business where he's trading dollars, black market. I'm not going to ask him to stop that. That's going to literally destroy the empire, which is also using to create jobs for a battalion of people, sir. He has to compete. So it's not as simple as just do the right thing. No, he has to do the right thing with respect to the marketplace. If the policies allow him to trade in black market, which is what this man is accusing them of, then he gets to do what he has to do. Even if it's not the policy they allow, but it's conducive, they get away with it, right? Once people are punished, if there's repercussion and there's consequences for this behavior, human beings will stop. That's the way human beings work. Human beings are not God. Thank God, man, no be God.
Well, Allah, you can say this because you are not in business in Nigeria. It's the truth. You don't.
No, we're talking about the ones in business in Nigeria, not me. We're talking about Tony Elumelu is in business in Nigeria.
No.
And Wigwe was in business in Nigeria. That's what we're talking about, sir.
Yes, but you know how many people that cannot thrive because they cannot afford to buy dollars. I told you what happened.
I know. They're surviving. If they're not surviving, it will stop, sir. I know it sounds harsh, but if they're not surviving, they will stop, sir.
You have no clue of that area. Let me just say it that way. I went through that period about even round tripping and people doing money laundering. I'm not saying bank alone, but people do money laundering and round tripping. So you have to buy from Malam for you to get dollars. I know what I'm saying.
No, I know what you are saying, sir, and I know you know what you are saying. But there's an angle you're looking at it from, and I'm actually going to attempt to see if I can change your mind. You don't have to, by the way, sir. Right? You're looking at it from this angle of they should just do the right thing. That's what you're saying, right? So my question will be, what would be the right thing? If you were Tony Elumelu today, if you were Wigwe, and you were presented with an opportunity to purchase a bank that was number 69, and you had the opportunity to take it all the way to the top, you know the game, you know the politics of the game, you know the government policies and compliance, the game of government compliance and policies, which also includes things you have to do behind the scenes, which we're not arguing about that, sir, which we also know, to agree to your point, also destroy lives. We're not arguing that it doesn't destroy lives, right? The part I'm trying to bring into it is that it's an open marketplace. You have the opportunity, you have the resources, the relationship to purchase an Access Bank back in 2002, or the same way that Tony Elumelu bought what's the name of that bank? That red bank. I forgot the name of the red bank.
Zenith.
Is it Zenith? Yeah. That bank, Sha. All the way that Otedola recently just purchased majority stake in First Bank, and is now the chairman of First Bank Holdings, right? You have that opportunity, you have the resources. What would you do? Are you saying that you would turn it down because, I mean, like, what would that look like for you, sir? If this was your reality, sir?
Don't we have trillionaire, billionaire in America?
We do. They are all thieves too, sir. I don't know if you know that.
I don't know about that one anyway. Not in Nigeria. Yes, like I said, the regulation is there. I know they have government support because they siphon the money, and government is part of them. They put into personal private accounts. Man, where?
Yeah, it's not easy. That's something we agree to. It's not easy because you have to compete. I'm going to liken it to you're seeking a job, sir, right? And you're submitting your resume and you're noticing that it's been 3 months and your resume is clean, everything is good, and you're like, this is autonomous and I have the credentials, these people should give me a job now. And you're finding out that some of your contemporaries, some of them actually have 2 or 3 jobs, and in your heart of hearts that this one's, I have a PhD. This one doesn't even have he didn't even finish his degree. He's even lied. Right? Imagine that kind of scenario, sir. Right?
Please don't bring that one. A lot of people lie on their resume.
Hey, wait now.
People lie on their resume, which is very bad.
So wait. It's an open marketplace. That's what I'm telling you. That now lying, cheating, and stealing is what human beings do. I told you that, right? When it comes down to survival. Right? When it comes down to survival, this is what human beings do. It doesn't matter if you're a pastor or a bishop or an angel, or they call you angel when you were given birth to. This is what people do, right? So everywhere across the world, though. But now imagine a country, right, where the country, an average person has to deal with currency that's deteriorating by more than 1,000 naira within a span of 1 year. So imagine the purchasing power of that money in their pocket, right? We're talking all 200 million people now, right? Right? And you and I know that there's no jobs for people, right? It's not, when you consider all of the population, I'm saying, right? When you know that, it will start to make sense that people are going to steal. Young girls are going to yield to runs. Naturally. Just a matter of a natural behavior, sir. Right? If we remove, they should just do the right thing. No, they want to do the right thing, but man must eat. The street must survive. You see what I'm saying, sir? So if you look at it from that standpoint, right? Tony Elumelu did not fall out of the skies. They competed in that same environment and became the big guys that they are. If they stole billions, it's because they've worked hard to have access to that kind of billion. Were they wrong? They were wrong. Are the policies and the environment encouraging this bad behavior? Yes. Who are the people behind these policies? They are the likes of Bode George. They are more like them than the bankers. The bankers actually have to show up to work and actually present some type of value, even if fake it till you make it. They have to actually show that somebody is reporting to work, that there's money being exchanged in hand, that there's actually services, banking services. They actually have to show that. Granted, they also steal a lot of money by way of the system. You see what I'm saying, sir? So I'm looking at this holistically, not just let's just do the right thing. If we want to get stuck at let's just do the right thing, I already agree. We should do the right thing. But if we're going to solve this problem, it goes back to re-education, reorientation of the average person's mindset. Esa, if you make one gate man the boss of another gate man, Oma show behavior tan so easy. It's a national mindset, sir. It's not something that you can just. We need to start checking people like Bode, just like, yeah, thanks, but you're trying to incite us. All of una, it's the same thing. You are good at pointing out the problems. What is the solution here? The solution is clearly not going to be to remove Tony, Elumelu, or Tedola from where they are providing jobs for a whole lot of people. So that's a few more people that don't have to resort to Yahoo, right? Let's talk about you. What kind of policy? What kind of, even if it's simply educational policy, because I think it's really educational. It's going to take time, sir. It's education, sir, right? But the people that can actually control education, the educational policy, including even when they establish universities. This guy was talking. He has a video out there of him talking to the people that were working on the Wigwe University. He said, all of your children will come to this school for free. This is going to be the best university. And sir, even if he's lying, I need to hear that. That's part of reorientation of the mindset, sir. It's called optics.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not against the university.
No. I just want us to rub minds, sir, together, sir. Toby says corruption is a cultural norm in Nigeria. It is widely expected and accepted by most. Yeah, it's not. There's no way Buhari or Tinubu is going to fix that economy without making a major part of their policy national reorientation. It's not possible, because the people that's actually keeping it afloat are these guys. I don't know if Bode George owns a business. I thought you were going to say maybe he owns a business. He also owns business and stuff like that.
No, but at least.
But
he voiced out this, I'm not saying it's not a saint leader, but what I'm trying to say, but let's face fact. He's saying the fact.
yeah, we don't disagree on that. That's why that video went viral. When it comes to anything that go viral, sir, it's because there's an element of truth. Anything that goes viral.
Truth, this video might be a very old video, before the death of this guy.
Yes, I said that in the beginning. Yes.
That's why it went viral, which is good. At least,
yeah,
people knew now that this guy, I know somebody that, if you go to his office, has about 7 mopo following him. I know who he's working for. You know what I mean? One of the ministers. The one in charge of all the contracts.
Who is that?
Can run, you know what I mean? Like, no, these people self, I don't even understand them.
Yeah, it's the whole thing needs an overhaul. Now that's impossible, because that's a whole nation, and some people are still they're bread and butter. Some people are bread and butter. Somebody is this man's gate man in Abuja and Lagos and all this place, right? So the idea of throwing everybody in jail, which is what the picture that Buhari was painting, is literally impossible. In fact, the only thing he did is stifle, like he smothered the nation almost to death the first 6 months that he came in, when he refused to appoint ministers. I don't know if you remember that in 2015. Yeah. That doesn't help anything. All that policing stuff does not help anything. What you need is reorientation, and then you need to understand that people behave a certain way because of the environment. If you're not going to work on the environment as a whole, if you just want to be a police, it's not going to work. What you're going to end up because the way the constitution and everything is set up is that you don't even have that much power anyway, even as a president. Yeah. So if you're not thinking emotionally, as in like if you're not using emotional intelligence, right, with this stuff, if you're not thinking about how power works from an holistic standpoint, if you're just thinking, let me just catch the thieves, it's not going to work. That's the same issue that I had with some of Peter Obi's rhetoric, which he fixed before the election. That's when he said, I'm not going to leave the whole shop open while I'm chasing after one thief. When he said that, I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Because that's literally how the average... Anytime Nigerians get to steal, they have an opportunity to enter small, they can steal, they don't see anything. But anytime they don't have the opportunity, everybody's a thief. You see what I'm saying, sir? No, the whole nation is a thief or the whole nation is not a thief. It's just what it is. People need to survive. So if you want a different type of result for the masses at social level, we want better social amenities, better social opportunities, better environment where that can be safe for the vulnerable, then it needs to go back to, it needs to not be about persons. It needs to be about the policies, sir, not about the persons. The Tony Elumelus, they will pull out all their receipts for you very quickly. They will tell you they are feeding the needy, they are doing this, they have this foundation, all of them, they have things like that going on, including the pastors. Remember last week when everybody came out and said their pastors also give, and that's not the issue. We know your pastor also give, but there's some things that's going on for everybody. It's a mindset here that will continue to, the mindset of I better pass my neighbor. Everybody is after their own, sir. That's the reality.
Well, with what has happened, it's a wake-up call for everybody.
Yeah.
Life is so short. Like Riley said, it's the legacy that you left behind. You know what I mean?
Yes. The impact. Yeah.
Fact,
Yeah. There were a few people with some very, very nasty comments that say, God is taking them out one by one. I said, see, this is part of the problem. They think persons are their enemy. You know?
That's a stupid mindset.
We keep going in cycle. It's like a vicious cycle. If we keep up that mindset, Nigeria has been like that, by the way. It's just a little worse, I guess. But since I've been born, sir, Nigeria has been struggling. They've been praying for Nigeria for that long. But
I understand.
Everybody has the same behavior. If they enter that place, they will steal. If they don't steal, they say, please, can you, do we not know people that are in government house? And we say, maybe you can send the driver to help me carry this thing, because they know that person can actually pull. That's actually inappropriate behavior. That's government vehicle.
If you put office a messenger, no one bring out your file. What is the messenger expecting? Is expecting bribe.
Exactly. Don't want to bring out the file. You know what to do so that they can bring the file out. So I am, I know it might sound crazy. I am excusing those behaviors. If I have to choose between reorientation of the national mindset and policing these people, I am choosing to go the direction of reorientation, because it will be helpful for everybody, and we actually need this very, very intelligent minds, Tony Elumelu, and because they will pivot if they realize that they can't get away with. They are also smart enough, because they didn't fall out of the sky as Tony Elumelu and Wigwe. These are extremely smart, intelligent people. If they know that the policies are changing, they will pivot. They will do what they have to do to help. But if none of that is changing, then they have to compete with the next bank over. He has to compete with 89 banks to become top 5 banks in the nation, so he can give more people better jobs. I think he can serve better that way than trying to be everybody's angel. Thank you so much, sir. Anything else? Did that convince you, by the way?
We are good.
All right. It's a bigger conversation, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, thank you for Brother Patrick coming up to help me make that conversation even much more robust, because I would have been, but the truth is that a lot of people feel that way. They feel that way, and that's why a body judge is landing. That's why it's going viral. But the rest of us, we need to check that, but also come with some solid arguments, and not just, not just surface levels conversation. Bola Palmer says the UK Prime Minister's wife avoided up to £20 million in tax before her non-dom status. She does not have to pay tax. That's an example of using policy to your advantage. If you know, you know. Exactly, Bola Palmer. That's what I'm saying. It's not about the persons, it's about the policies that encourages this behavior. When we do catch people and they are too far from the policy, they end up being paroled and put in jail anyway. And we know a lot of people in Nigeria get away with bad behavior, just outright mob mentality. We know that. In fact, what Bode George is talking about is real, which is the currency exchange thing. Is really it's really a mob operation behind the scenes. But it goes back to the same thing. You can't focus, you can't try to fix everything at the same time. You gotta find your point of leverage and focus on that until that point of leverage, you make a small move to make a massive move everywhere else. That's what we're looking for, and we're not trying to catch thieves and stuff like that. Dilo says all these Nigerian billionaires should come together and create jobs for people. Most companies in America are privately owned. Nigerians just ignore the government and take dollar matters in their own hands. Chinye, welcome. We don't gossip about you before you got here, but it's cool. You're good in our hands. We're letting you back in safely, you know. Anyway, my overall take on this. My overall take on this is this. Very simple, okay? Bode George, watch out for people like that. They're trying to incite. It's one or two things. They're either trying to incite general public, you know, because of their political interest, okay, or they really just don't know. It's not simple, okay? They really just don't know. But have the conversation, join the conversation, say, hey, never mind the persons. How is it that the Wigwe was able to make it to the top if he was such a thief? How is it that Elumelu was able to make it if he was such a thief? Okay, the how is what we need to worry about, not the person. Because that person needs to compete in the open marketplace, and they have to do what they have to do. And if they continue to do that and they are not in jail, then it is what it is. Let's get back to the policy. Let's get back to what matters. Because because if we don't do that, we'll continue to miss it. All right, let's move on. Happy Valentine's to you, Chinye. Let's move on to the next topic right now. I want to know what side you're on in this conversation. Are you on the side of Bode George, or you're on the side of this billionaires, with the exception of Emefiele, because that one is facing criminal charges right now, I think. I'm not sure, because I'm not really following it, you know. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I'll be back in 20 seconds.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough.